Hi everyone, so today we are going to cover a couple of problems that people often run in with Goodnotes or things they would like to have resolved, and I am here to show you just a couple of these and to help you through them. So the first problem I would like to cover is creating a customized template. This is something that people like to do if they have specific classes that need specific designs. Goodnotes gives you their own templates, but sometimes it's just not enough. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, I'm going to exit out of my notebook here. As you can see, I have multiple notebooks for one of my classes. You can just create your own. You can just name it whatever. As you can see, I have a couple of templates. Select the paper that you want for your template. So you scroll down to Essentials. Usually I use dotted paper, but you can use squared, ruled narrow, or the many other options that they have for you. So I'm going to click dotted, and you can name it whatever. I'm going to name this template and just create. Okay, so now that you have your template, you can just make it with whatever you need. I will probably just scribble something in quickly, but based on whatever class you're taking or whatever notes you need, you can design it just based on that. So here I've just skipped ahead. I've kind of made my own little template, just based on usually some of the things I do in my classes. I like to organize information differently. Something quickly I'd like to show you is if you tap these three dots up in the corner, you can actually change your paper if you don't like it. So if you decide you don't want the dotted and you want the blank, you can just change it over really quick. But I'm going to change it back to the dotted because that's what I like personally. And yeah, so it will ask you a couple questions and, just be expected. So next, we are going to export this page. Usually if you're just doing one template, just export this page only, because if you do, it's going to want to compress all these files. So save it as a PDF. If you save it as a Goodnotes file, it will not really upload well to your files. So a PDF is just a lot easier. So click export. So now that we've clicked the export button, which is the little box with the arrow at the top, we're going to click on save to files. So usually what I like to do, no matter what the file is, I put it in downloads. I don't have a lot of downloads. I clear it out pretty quickly. If you have a specific file that you like to save stuff in, by all means save it into that file. But as long as you know where this is, that's the most important part. So just click save and it will be there. So now we're going to go all the way back out to the home page. And this is what mine looks like. So you should click the settings button, the little gear at the top right. Click on notebook templates. And then you can see I already have my own. So just import. I'm going to import it right here. I'm going to import it from files. And let me go out so you can see this, but this is what my drive looks like. It probably will not be the same for everybody, but we all have a downloads folder. So, and there's your template. Just want to click on that, and it will show up. So now just click done, and I'm actually going to go to an actual little notebook that I have. And then you're going to click on this little page with the plus button in it. And you can see my most recent templates. Click more. And then your template will be right here. Then I click apply. And it'll apply to the template right after the one you just previously had. And that way you have everything right where you want it. Another common issue I would like to cover is actually called stylus and palm rejection. So sometimes this happens with Apple products and using Apple pencils or whatever type of Bluetooth pin you can connect to your iPad. Sometimes it gets a little fidgety, when you put your wrist or your hand on top of the iPad, it becomes kind of glitchy, or it'll move your page, and it gets very, very irritating. So if you can see at the top, I'm about to disconnect my pencil from the side of my iPad, put it back on. You can see I have an Apple Pencil. So I'm going to take it off now, and I'm going to show you how to customize this so it doesn't do that for you. So you're going to go to the three dots at the top, and down at the bottom it says Stylus and Palm Rejection. So as you can see, I already have everything preset, and I will explain a couple of things that will maybe make more sense to you just hearing it. So you have your Smart Stylus, that's the Apple Pencil. You have your single finger panning. This is where you can only swipe with one finger, like this. If you turn that off, you'll be able to swipe with 2 fingers or more. I prefer just 1 finger. So there's an option called sensitivity. Click on that. There's 3 options. So the high option rejects larger objects like your palm or your entire hand, and that is the recommended by Goodnotes. I use the recommended. Sometimes I switch to medium, but other than that, the high is recommended. The low rejects anything that isn't your stylus tip. So just click on high. The next thing that's really important is your writing posture. It doesn't really matter how you write, it's a matter of your orientation of your iPad. So you can see here how I usually write is I have my iPad vertically, and I kind of write towards the center with my right hand. But if you are left hand dominant, you can change it, but you can see all the different orientations. Definitely select the one that is best for you, and that is all there is to stylus and palm rejection. So now I'm going to show you how to import a PDF from Canvas into Goodnotes. This is important because a lot of the times students will like to take their professor's lectures and they will write on the slides. I like to do that a lot. Here's an example of some slides that you can also download. This is for just one of my classes in particular, but most slides are PDF formatted. So for this example, I'm going to use a journal article. So I'm going to use my iPad. I'm going to go back to Goodnotes, and I'm going to just make a quick notebook. I'm not really going to name it right now, but you can name it whatever you want. Click on Create. Okay, now I'm going to swipe back, and I'm going to click on this Import Export button at the top, the little box with the arrow. So now I'm going to click Open in Goodnotes. And it's going to ask you, usually when you make a notebook, it will have one singular piece of paper. You can put it before, after, or the last page. If you have a lot of notes and you are just importing into the random notebook, I would recommend last page, that way your notes don't get separated. But for this example, I'm just going to put it straight after this blank page that's right in front of us. So we're going to do Import into Current Document. So here you are. This is the journal article, and it's right in your notebook.